Ladies and gentlemen, NetDuma has created a brand new quality of service system powered by DumaOS 4 called SmartBoost. This is truly a set it and forget it system for quality of service. NetDuma is taking care of all the legwork for you, so you don't have to mess with anything once you set it up the first time. However, if you're a tinkerer and you really like messing with things, those tools are there as well. So let's just get into it. First thing we need to do is go ahead and log into our R3 and head over to the SmartBoost section. And if we look at our main panel here, we see some stuff going on. We have a big circle in the middle. This is our overall traffic. And then in the top left-hand corner, we have our download and upload tabs. So if we click on each, it'll show us our download and upload activities, which is in the top right-hand corner. So we could choose between download and upload overall activities or on individual devices by clicking devices. So if you want to see what an individual device is taking, this is really intuitive. You can see exactly what's going on. Super easy to use. Moving over to the very top right-hand corner, of course, we have our 3-dot drop-down menu. There's some stuff going on here. We'll get into that here in a little bit. Below that, we have our priorities. These are activities and devices that will be prioritized above all other traffic. Giving them priority levels will make sure that those things have the best time when you're online. So if you're a gamer, it makes sense to have gaming as your top priority. For testing purposes, I actually have Xbox Cloud Gaming. I'll show you how to add individual things like this to this section, which generally isn't recommended. Again, I'm just testing this. I don't do a lot of Xbox Cloud Gaming. And then below that, video and streaming. Now, when you first set up the R3, it's going to ask you what you want your top priorities to be, and these it'll normally be gaming, work from home, video, and streaming. Most of us, I feel like, are going to be doing gaming and video and streaming. So if you're a gamer, you want gaming up top. If you watch Netflix, Hulu, any of those services, you want gaming and streaming. And then if you are one of those people who have work from home traffic, you're doing some sort of work from home or have a spouse that's doing work from home, go ahead and put work from home there as well. I don't have any work from home traffic, so it's not here. One thing I want to note, this is kind of a bug. Move back to the main dashboard. You can see there's 3 tabs here. Activity for gaming, work, and video. Depending on setup, these can be finicky. For me, gaming and video activity, you can see they work fine. Work activity, even when I've tried some work from home traffic, never showed up properly. And I've seen people say, hey, I haven't seen gaming show up properly or work. I haven't seen any complaints about video. I'm sure they're out there. This is setup dependent, and as long as your SmartBoost shows lit traffic like this, so you can see how it's lit up, then you're okay. And there's another way to check as well, but we'll get into that here in a little bit. So our activities tab, we have gaming, cloud, streaming, and then next to that we have devices. This is where we can throw individual devices so they have priority as well. If you have multiple consoles in your house, you want to put these here. Don't put anything else. Don't put your streaming sticks, computer, etc., unless you're gaming on it. If you're gaming on your PC, you could put that here. But just prioritize the things you game on under your devices. Through testing, this works the best. All right, so back to the activities tab. We head over here and you can see there's an add tab in the right corner here. Once we've opened up our add to priorities list, first thing you'll notice is a search for applications bar. I don't like using individual applications except for your download. So Xbox download, PlayStation, etc. If you're having a problem downloading a game or patch because that server slammed or maybe a whole bunch of people are on in your network, it does help to add those individually to your list. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Otherwise, I leave individual priorities alone. Below this search for applications bar, we have our tab here, which has groups. We recognize those groups. That's our work from home, video streaming, and gaming. We want gaming up top, of course, if we're gamers. Then video and streaming, if we watch a lot of YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, etc. Work from home, if you use work from home traffic, and video streaming and work from home are interchangeable. All of these other tabs are really unnecessary. I've tested a lot of stuff over the last little bit, and basically you're just going to worry about these top 3. You may use live stream if you're a live streamer, and that's the one little exception, but I figure that's a small group. Clicking on the drop-down menu, we have our groups, and then below that, devices, and then work from home, video streaming, gaming, etc. So groups will cover everything within one of these groups. So if we click on gaming, this is our gaming group, starting off with Ark Survival Evolved and going all the way down to World of Warcraft. And you may think to yourself, well, shouldn't I come in here to gaming and just choose Call of Duty or whatever game I'm playing? The better way to go about it is just make sure every game is prioritized all at once. It just makes things a lot easier, and I'll show you why momentarily. However, you can use this to see if your game is on the deep packet inspection list. You come through this list and your game isn't there, don't worry. If your device is still prioritized, it's going to be doing a decent job at prioritizing your traffic, all traffic, but it won't be, of course, specifically for that game. You can ask NetDuma to add the game to their deep packet inspection list. You can also help them do so for those who are more technically inclined and have the time. I'll leave links for that down below for you. So we're gonna leave the gaming tab and we're gonna come back to devices. We want our devices, such as the Xbox Series X, prioritized. Anything that you're gaming on, go ahead and prioritize that. Of course, your top dog console, whatever you're playing on, have that number 1, and then everything below it that you're online with. You'll see, I do have a Nintendo Switch. It's not online very often, so I don't have it on here. I don't do any PC gaming or laptop gaming, any of that stuff, so I don't have anything else prioritized under my devices. Moving on. So, next thing we actually need to check is, well, what happens if we decide that we want to add other things such as Xbox Cloud Gaming to the network? Well, to do that, we would come over here, we would click Add, and then we would click Groups tab, and that's going to open up our subgroups. And if we were to click Cloud Gaming, well, there's the Xbox Cloud Gaming. I'm actually going to remove that because I don't need it. Through my testing, didn't seem to do what I wanted it to do. Now, if we back out of that, we're going to want to actually add our download sometimes, such as, Xbox download, Steam, etc. So we come over here and we add that, clicking Add and clicking the Groups tab again, and we're going to actually move down to File Sharing. Clicking File Sharing is going to bring up all of our file sharing stuff, and here's our Battle.net. Scrolling down, we've got our Microsoft Flight Simulator stuff. There's our PlayStation download. There's our Xbox and Steam downloads. So if you're having trouble, you can choose one of these. Let's go ahead and choose the Xbox download. Now, I'm not downloading anything currently, so once we've chosen that and we exit out, there's nothing going on with this Xbox download. But you may have noticed already, the gaming light has been going on and off. And this is because I'm actually just sitting on the main menu of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. So it's seeing gaming traffic and saying, oh, I see some gaming traffic. Oh, okay, well, he's not doing anything. It's not important right now, and shutting it off. Same thing with my Xbox Series X as a device. It sees that traffic and says, nah, well, it's not that important. He's just sitting stable. There's nothing really going on, and will occasionally turn itself off until it says, oh, wait, he might be doing something, turns itself back on. This is not a big deal. You just want to make sure that once you've hopped into a game, that your gaming light and device stays on. And through my testing, that's been perfectly fine. Now, the reason I say you don't want to start adding individual things such as Xbox download, you can see this when we move over to expert mode, is it starts to get a little weird where you have to individually start setting different things. And this is where SmartBoost for the tinkerers, you can really get in there and start digging in. But if you've done this initial setup, you've got your gaming, your video streaming, your maybe download, when you're downloading, you're good to go. Oh, and of course, don't forget your devices. But basically, once you're done with that, you can step away. Of course, you need to make sure ping optimizer is set properly so that you're not having gaming problems online. If a game is not prioritized, the gaming light doesn't show up, it's not on your gaming list, I recommend coming over to ping optimizer, clicking your advanced tab. Once you've clicked into advanced tab, scroll down a little bit. You can see congestion control mode, always on, auto, low latency only. If you have games that don't show up on your list, or you just want to make sure your congestion is constantly controlled and because it's not eating a lot of your overall bandwidth, choose always on. If you have a game on the list that you play constantly and that's the only game you play, auto is going to work fine. But if you're like me and you do play the occasional game that's not on the list, make sure you're choosing always on, at least while you're gaming. That will help make everything better. Scooting back over to the top drop-down menu, if we click that and scroll down to settings, and then we switch from simple mode to advanced. That's going to give us more options. You'll see now, next to gaming, we have a star 1000 with a little pencil, and then we still got our overall star saying it's going on. So the star 1000 is the priority. So it's top priority, 1000. And then below that, we have another priority of video and streaming. It's 695. If we click the pencil, it's going to say, okay, now we can choose a number between 1 and 1,000 and start prioritizing things. This gets into all the little nitty-gritty things you can do for the system to have one thing better than the other, etc. There's no need to do any of that. It's already all set up for you. But if you're wondering, like, wait, how do I know exactly what's going on with each one of these individual devices? I mean, how do I know how much bandwidth gaming's getting or video streaming? I see over here what's being moved around in the big circle, but I don't have any idea what exactly is going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to get out of this expert mode, this advanced mode, go back to simple. When you go back to simple, it says, hey, going back to simple. You say, okay, cool. Now, we've got gaming up top, video streaming, our Xbox download. We come over to the top drop-down menu again, and we click Stats for Nerds. Stats for Nerds is a breakdown of everything going on your network, prioritized and not prioritized. And then up top here, your manual prioritizations, which I will show you how to do, but is not necessary because NetDuma is taking care of all of the headache for you. So when opening up Stats for Nerds, we've got our download and upload tabs. Let's just take a look at download. Right below that, our prioritized traffic, manual allocations. If we decided we really wanted to tinker and start manually allocating bandwidth to certain things, which I will walk you through doing, that will show up here. In my experience, this is where that old school DumaOS headache comes from. Like, I want to tinker. You tinker, it works great for a day or two, and then, oh man, it's not working so great. You tinker some more, oh man, it's back to working great. And that goes back and forth, just like the old DumaOS systems. So I do not mess with manual allocation whatsoever. Right below that is auto allocation, and here is everything that's been prioritized on my network. So I chose video and streaming and gaming. Right? So here's our video streaming services. We got Amazon Prime Video, right? On my Roku TV, and you can see it's allocated 10.5 of download with an interest of $6.95. So that pencil that I clicked on earlier, that's that pencil. And then quality of experience, 5 out of 5. WMM is for wireless. So I've got better wireless connectivity through WMM. It's an easy way to explain it. And then we've got our scheduling, if there is any, DSCP tag, which is important for tagging the traffic, making it prioritized through your network, then in channels and class. For those who really want to dig into all of that, that is all here. But what you're really looking at is, well, did my device / thing that I have application-wise show up here? Well, yes, I've got my Apples, my iTunes, and hey, there's that Call of Duty. And you can see, like, Apple iTunes, 25. But if we look at Call of Duty, when it comes back up, because again, I'm just sitting on the menu. So sitting on the menu, it will disappear. You say 1.2, that seems really low. gaming doesn't take diddle for download or upload. Same for upload over here. You can see switching over to upload, it doesn't take much at all. And even a lot of these things don't take much at all. So all of these things are real-time traffic being prioritized. These 300 kilobits, like it ain't nothing. So heading back to download, this is our prioritized traffic. You can see how much individual thing is getting your YouTubes and all your devices right here. Now you may be thinking like, wait, if it's just automatically allocating, I add all of these up, that's all of my bandwidth. Again, this is real time, so it's only doing these things when it needs to. When it sees traffic moving, it will start moving that traffic, as you can see by the Spotify on the Fire Stick there. So yeah, that's all of your prioritized stuff. Your gaming, your console, your other stuff that is being prioritized by the system. You can dig into Stats for Nerds and see all of those things. Below that is your unprioritized best effort traffic. This is all traffic that is still on your network that is being prioritized, but without all the fanciness behind it, the tags, etc. So it's still doing the best it can. That's why it's best effort traffic, but it's not doing all the prioritization fancy stuff that we've got for our main traffic. Again, the streaming stuff, the gaming, we want those up top. So you can look through, you can really dig into all this stuff. I think it's really, really cool. If you are a tinkerer and you dare, you can start going into setting up custom profiles and bandwidth reservations for devices and for applications. Let's get into that. All right, so top drop-down menu again, we're gonna add a new profile. We'll just leave it profile 1. We got some colors we could choose from, that's all cool. Whole bunch of different icons to choose from. So let's just choose a random. Let's just keep with the star, right? Moving on, we'll click continue. Here's that drop-down menu again where we got full things like work from home, video streaming, gaming. And then we can also click into that and do individual things. So let's just choose gaming, for example. And now here's our gaming list. And let's just use Ark Survival Evolved. So if we click Ark Survival Evolved and then click finish, that's gonna open up this with Ark Survival Evolved. So we have a new profile. We click into the profile, and that's our old profile. But if we come over here to profile 1, there's our new profile, right? So there's the Ark Survival Evolved, and we've got a little pencil so we can edit the name and all that stuff once again. And then to the right of that, we got these little squiggles. And that's our bandwidth reservation. Let's give that a click. So we're into the bandwidth reservation tab. We come over to bandwidth reservation, and then we could choose like the Xbox Series X, for example. And then again, we have more choices. So our activities and ports, let's just choose an activity. So we scroll down and let's say we have Ark Survival Evolved, and we also play a bit of, Call of Duty. Now we can choose Call of Duty. And here is our bandwidth allocation that we can set ourselves for Call of Duty. So we could say we want Call of Duty to have, it starts off with 10 and 5, and we can adjust from there. And then once we've done that, we click finish, and it's gonna say, okay, here's how much of our total. And it's gonna give us a whole bunch more information. We can scoot back again, and boom, there's all of our stuff reserved for Call of Duty. And then we've also got our normal priority for Ark Survival Evolved. So you can come in and you can start doing all this deep dive tinkering stuff. There's no need. As you saw in the Stats for Nerds, NetDuma is taking care of all of that for you. So you can have individual profiles. You can start bandwidth reserving different things the way you see fit for your network. But in my experience, everything is set up really well when it comes to NetDuma's stock settings. Now there are a couple of things here at the end that I want to mention. Some people have asked, hey, I'm playing games and I've noticed in-game ping is higher than normal. That is okay. The system is actually raising your ping a little bit on purpose, depending on the server, so that it stabilizes that ping and make sure to get rid of jitter, which will have a better experience online. Now, this does have a little bit to do with the SmartBoost stuff, but that's all mainly our geo filter. And for anybody who's been playing around with the GeoFilter, having questions, that video is coming as well. I just wanted to put the little asterisk there. If you're seeing higher in-game ping, it's okay. I know it seems counterintuitive, as we've all been taught for years. Ping is king. Make sure that ping stays as low as possible. But it will not hurt you as long as that server stabilizes. And this is all stuff we're going to get into in the GeoFilter video. It sort of ties back to the SmartBoost system, but not completely. All these systems, of course, work together. Your ad blocker, your ping optimizer, your SmartBoost and GeoFilter ping heat map, so that you can find the best servers and have the best time online. We're still getting through all this. GeoFilter, ping heat map are coming. Stay tuned for all that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And until the next time, as always, take it easy.